I'm alive! I just gotta promote myself real quick and then, we'll continue being corrupt. So, 1 second. Ooh, it's already muted. Nice. It's really random when it decides to do that. Promote. 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 And gotta let my mom know. OBS. Hi, Sky. We're gonna continue. I do not think we have enough money to get more drinks, so we're going with 10% sanity. Let's just. If Valentine Korchev receives any punishment, you will bear the consequences. Do you want your family to be the ones who die in the next traffic accident? Oh. Well, that's a hell of an opener. We're being corrupt, we're taking that, and, this guy is perfectly fine. Why is this giving me a raise? That was the wrong decision! Hi, Ma! Am I so insane that I'm just, like, fabricating this money into thin air and I'm actually, like, I've already been fired, like, a long time ago? We need to get a drink. Yes. Now we're gonna leave, because drinking more consistently would just deplete our sanity. Oh god. Release Edmund Ravel and accept $750 we are offering you. If you accept this offer, more money will follow. We will ensure you live a life of prosperity. I guess we know what we're doing, chat. It's just easy. Oh no. My wife is possessed. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go drink some more whiskey. 960. It's okay. Oh no. Okay. You're still possessed. I'm gonna go. Oh god. The government announced that it would fight corruption to the end. The identity of the mafia leader still remains as a mystery. Okay, we have no one bribing us. Got it. Has a criminal record, positive with the mental health test, has national status. Charged with theft. David Talk. Approximately 4 years ago, a burglary took place in a 2-story house on Milton Street. Shortly after the incident, David Talk, who was seen wandering in the area, was taken into custody. When some of the stolen items were found near the scene, around the location where David was, the court quickly made a decision and sentenced him to 6 years of prison. Is that actually, like, the sentence? No, because, like, even as an aggravated thing, it would be 4 years. What? He got put away unjustly, the fuck? However, in a new theft incident in the same area last week, the suspect, Mark Cuslow, who was apprehended to confess during interrogation not only to the recent crime but also to committing the theft from 4 years ago. He admitted that he fled in panic that day and left David to appear as if he were connected to the incident. Following this confession, the case file of David Talk was taken under review again. This is Mr. Talk's statement. I will never forget the day I was caught and brought to court. I tried to explain the incident, but in that panic, I couldn't clearly explain what I saw or how I ended up there. When stolen items were found at the place I was, no one believed what I said. I've been in prison for 4 years, and every day I've said the same thing: I didn't commit this crime. So he spent 4 years when he was served 6. So, like, he still has 2 years to spend, which I still don't understand. That judge must have been on crack. This is Mr. Cuslow's statement. That night, I was wandering around Milton Street. I noticed an open window in a house. Getting inside was easy, and within minutes I filled my bag with valuables. Just as I was about to leave, I heard footsteps outside. I panicked, ran into the street, threw the bag at the first person I saw, and kept running. That unlucky person turned out to be David. He didn't even have time to turn around and understand what was happening. Then he was the one who got caught. Does not contain any evidence. It's your digital evidence. Let me talk. This is to Mr. Cuslow. Today, you are openly stating that you committed the theft 4 years ago. Is this statement correct? Yes, it's correct, Mr. Judge. David was in the completely wrong place at the wrong time that night. Why are you making this confession now, not before? This time I couldn't escape. My conscience no longer allowed me to remain silent. Oh, Jesus. I'll give you all my money to make sure that I don't get arrested. Wait, we can't give him the time? Well, shit, I guess, like, there's nothing to, like, twist around, so, yeah, not guilty. Okay, the wife is still possessed. We have no money to buy more whiskey, so we're gonna end the day. Nolan Frasser must be punished no matter what. He is responsible for the death of a person I love most in this life. If you do this, I'll give you $500. Well, hold on. If he took the life of someone that mattered, that would be a Moida. So we can give him the charge of a murder. Hold on, let's look at his thing. He has no criminal record, and he is... Oh, incitement to suicide. He has no national status, though. Hold on. Deported without penalty. But this is saying that we should punish them. Hold on. Let's read the case first. See what the hell is going on here. So he's charged with incitement to suicide. The incident occurred last week during the afternoon hours on the 9th floor of the Riverside Galleria? I don't know. Riverside Galleria? I don't know. Gallery? I'm just gonna call it Gallery. Riverside Gallery Business Complex in the city center. According to citizens' reports, a young woman had crossed to the other side of the railings. Excuse me. And people around her were trying to persuade her at the time. Like, I'm assuming, like, persuading her to not, like, fall and stuff. At the same time, a man from the crowd is said to have pushed the woman further into despair with his words. Ooh. Statements taken by the security officers who arrived at the scene strengthened the possibility of the incident. As a result, the suspect, Nolan Fraser, was identified and taken into custody. This is Mr. Fraser's statement. I didn't force anyone to jump. When I saw her in that state, I wanted to suppress my own panic reaction. At the moment, the idea of using reverse psychology came to mind. I had seen a scene like that in a TV series. I thought maybe it will work. I never thought that girl would actually jump. I'm sorry for what happened, but I don't think I'm guilty. Then you're stupid. You say in your statement that you used reverse psychology. Do you have the training to apply such a method in a crisis situation? Your Honor, no, there isn't. But I saw it in a crime series on television and it worked. Although now that I remember, it was actually a comedy series. Jesus. Why did you choose to intervene instead of waiting for the authorities at that moment? Nothing else came to my mind in that moment. People were yelling and my mind was in complete chaos. There's digital evidence. Let's see what was said. Please step away from the railings. Don't do it. It's not worth it for anyone. Emily, can you hear my voice? Please come down. We called the fire department. Stay calm. Fraser. Yeah, jump. I don't think you got the guts. Go on, jump. And you'll see, or I'll see, or whatever. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if you have citizenship or whatnot. You gotta go. Homicide? No. Incitement to suicide. He would get 4 years because he has no criminal record. Because we're guilty and we're gonna take that goddamn money. But at the same time, it's also a moral victory because who the fuck, you know? Oh! But he wasn't... I was supposed to deport him. Why am I getting rewarded for this? This game makes no sense. I'm gonna be so real. But hey, I get money, so... Who am I to complain? Your wife says she wants to go on vacation this summer. The price is $1,900. Do you accept? Well, that's all my money, but I genuinely can't afford to lose any more sanity. So yeah, honey, go on that vacation. Because that's the way corrupt people do it. They only do it, like, whether it affects them, or, like, themselves or not because, like, they actually care about the other person, you know? Matteo Sorelli, Arnold Fuller, and Yarrow Mendez, I think that's how it would be pronounced. So, Matteo has no criminal record, positive on the health test, has national status. Arnold has a criminal record. Wait. No criminal record. Has criminal record, but no national status. Okay. So 2 of them have no criminal records and have national status, and 1 of them does have a criminal record and has no national status. Gotcha. They are all charged with arms trafficking and smuggling. A few months ago, a raid was conducted by the police at an abandoned factory in the city after nearby residents reported hearing loud noises. A large number of weapons and ammunition were seized during the raid. It was discovered that this abandoned factory was being used for the production of illegal weapons and ammunition, and 3 people present inside at the time were arrested. This is Mr. Sorelli's statement. I have no involvement in this incident. I didn't know there was such a secret production at the place I visited upon Arnold Fuller's invitation. When I entered, I was shocked by what I saw. After realizing the situation was illegal, I wanted to leave, but the teams raided the place. I want to state that I was not involved in any crime. This is Mr. Fuller's statement. My presence at the scene was the result of a misdirected invitation. My friend, Mr. Mendez, invited me there, claiming he was doing artistic work. However, when I entered, I realized that the environment was completely different and illegal activities were taking place. Before I could understand what was happening, the teams entered and took us into custody. This is Mr. Mendez's statement. Although I'm shown as being at the center of the incident, it has nothing to do with reality. Matteo and Arnold told me, come to the empty factory, we'll have a drink, and that's why I went. I was shocked when I saw the setups. As I was preparing to leave, the police arrived and arrested all of us. I didn't know what they were involved in, but I had no part in this incident. So they're all trying to cover their ass, is what I'm getting from this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Large number of fully automatic rifles and ammunition seized. Ooh! This is new. I don't remember this being a thing, like, in the original version of this case. This would have been handy. Mr. Sorelli, how's the production of the AK-47 going? No issues, right? Fuller. The shipment is going very well. There are no problems. Mr. Sorelli, are there any shortages in the ammunition? Mr. Mendez, there's no shortage. It will be on time for the next shipment. Mr. Fuller, our gunpowder has decreased a bit. Mr. Mendez, okay. We would like the gunpowder delivery this week. So yeah, they're all trying to cover their ass. They're all involved. Let me talk to them. You 3 have blamed each other for the crime. Were you all there by coincidence? This is Mr. Sorelli. Your Honor, I only reported what I saw. I met Mr. Mendez there, and I had just met Mr. Fuller. I never had imagined encountering such a situation. To Mr. Fuller. Why are you doing this job? Who were you selling to? I have no connection to the incident. Mr. Sorelli only called me to show me something. I thought the place was empty. If you thought that Mr. Sorelli was going to show you something, why would you think the place was empty? You're a terrible liar. In your statement, you said the person who called you was Mr. Mendez, Mr. Fuller? I apologize, Your Honor. I panicked and mixed up the names in that moment. Uh-huh. Mr. Mendez, what's your role in this incident? I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. This is my crime, Your Honor. So they... Arms trafficking and smuggling. So 2 of them will get 10 years and $100,000 fines, and one of them's getting deported. reported. Right? Yes. So I'll take care of him because he's gotta get deported. Guilty. 10 years. Whoops. 100,000. The same for him. Because we gotta do at least some good stuff to make our corruption work. We still have no money. What is this? A divorce case followed by Lauren Ellsworth against her husband, Nathan Carter. Lauren Ellsworth has filed for divorce, claiming that during their marriage she suffered both physical and psychological abuse from her husband, Nathan Carter. Lauren stated that in her petition that almost none of the promises her husband made to her before marriage were valid after they married, that the trust in their relationship completely collapsed, and that Nathan had made false statements to her about personal and sexual matters. The plaintiff, Lauren, also stated that she remained faithful to her spouse throughout the marriage and did everything she could to honor the decisions they made together. And apparently that's it. We got nothing from Carter yet. The assault report. Bruises and rashes due to impact in various parts of the body, and a broken pinky finger. Is there digital evidence? No. And that's it. Miss Ellsworth, could you briefly provide information about the promises your husband made to you before marriage? He told me that he would be honest about many aspects of our private life, but after we got married, I learned that many of those things were not true. Could you explain a bit more? Your Honor, we had decided not to engage in sexual relations before marriage, and Nathan even lied to me about his penis size. God, okay. Is this situation the reason you want a divorce? No, he was using his inadequacy during intercourse as an excuse to physically abuse me without my consent. What would you like to say about this matter, Mr. Carter? Your Honor, Lauren is constantly belittling me by pointing out issues with my body. She claimed that she was dissatisfied with our sexual life and often mocked me by talking to her friends. I, in a misguided attempt to solve our issues, suggested that a close friend of mine join us in a sexual relationship. Lauren did not reject this idea. She even said that her being with my friend would not harm our relationship. Later during that sexual intercourse, she encouraged me to watch them. In that moment, I lost control and used violence. I regret it. I do not want to lose my wife. What are the options? It was decided that their marriage would continue. It was decided that the divorce would not involve any alimony payments, or it was decided that they would divorce and Nathan Carter would pay monthly alimony. Now, I know what I would choose, but we have to remember that we're corrupt. If I were corrupt, maybe I would, like, try to be sleazy and say that, like, they're both assholes and, like, they would, like, they should divorce but no alimony is paid. Because normally, I would say he should pay monthly alimony because he still hit her. But we're corrupt and we don't care about people. Or should we just make them suffer and have the marriage continue? Because if we're corrupt, we could, like, we could side more with the guy and say, like, oh, he didn't mean to, I feel like this would probably be the corrupt option. Because this, like, shows at least some humanity. You know what I mean? Because at least they're not together anymore. There we go. We're being corrupt. That felt awful. Like, most of this felt awful, but, like, at least with, like, the ones where, like, we did good, like, at least I felt good then. What's going on here? Michael Hawkins has a criminal record, tested positive, and has national status. Charged with fraud. Ryan Cole, whose brand new vehicle showed a warning light about 2 months after purchase, left his car at a service center called Iron Line Garage to identify and repair the problem. The service stated that the malfunction was a small mechanical issue and accepted the vehicle, assuring that it would be delivered within 3 days at the latest. Adrian... I thought it was Ryan. Who the hell is Adrian? Adrian Cole? I thought it was Ryan Cole. Oh, there's supposed to be an AD because, like, Ryan is spelled like the same thing as Adrian. Okay. I was losing my mind for a second. Like, not this shit again. Adrian received the vehicle within the specified time. However, when he took it to an inspection company about 2 weeks later in order to sell it, the report determined that 3 main parts of the vehicle were not original. Believing that such a report was impossible since the vehicle was brand new, Adrian Cole filed a lawsuit against the service, alleging that original parts had been removed and replaced with aftermarket components. This is Mr. Cole's statement, because it's back to Ryan again for some reason. Since I had just bought the car, it was flawless in every way. When the warning light came on, I panicked and quickly took it to Iron Line Garage. They told me it was just a simple mechanical issue. After taking the car back, I tried to sell it 2 weeks later. When the buyer asked for an inspection, I took the car for a report. First of all, why are you selling a car after you got it, like, for 2 weeks? Like, bitch, keep the fucking car. When the buyer asked for the inspection, I took the car for a report. The report stated that 3 parts were not original. This couldn't be true, as the car was brand new and no one else had used it before me. I believe the service removed my original parts and replaced them with aftermarket ones. There was no other explanation, as I had gotten an inspection done beforehand. This is Mr. Hawkins' statement. The malfunction light was on in the vehicle. We followed our standard procedures, carried out the necessary checks, and fixed the issue. We delivered the vehicle back to its owner. We do not remove anyone's original parts and replace them with aftermarket products. We believe this accusation is baseless. We are a corporate business that repairs dozens of vehicles daily. These claims are complete nonsense. Let's get that evidence. So the second one seems like it goes straight across. This one goes all the way down. And this one goes slightly up. Then this one goes all the way up. And then these two crisscross. Oh. I mean, when you put it like that, it's a little obvious. The invoice issued by the repair shop named Iron Line Garage to Ryan Cole. What do you guys say, Mr. Hawkins? Isn't the hardship experienced by the vehicle owner your responsibility? Your Honor, these people are white-collar workers who don't understand cars. Who knows who he gave his vehicle to or what was done to it? We can't track that. What exactly do you mean? The vehicle may have been taken to another service earlier, or it could have been an incorrect procedure by the seller company. They're blaming us without knowing the history of the vehicle. I mean, that actually sounds like a valid point. These evidence-made games remind me of Among Us tasks. They do! I mean, this pretty much seems open and shut. So, yeah, not guilty. Sucks to suck. We got money from that. I always try and figure out what the password is just by, like, how the fingerprints appear on the buttons. No one wants to talk to me. That's amazing. So, I'm gonna see how much whiskey costs real quick. No. How's a beer? 640. Are you kidding? Hold on, I'm gonna go gambling. I'm gonna go gambling to try and get some more money. Cause what is this? I also, again, do not promote gambling. This is a corrupt route, therefore none of my decisions are good. In this playthrough, I am not a role model. 15's a really hard one for this game, so we'll take a card. Okay, we gotta stay. 18's a good spot. Fuck. We'll try again. We gotta take a card. We'll stay. God, son of a bitch! One more. If we lose again, then we're calling. We're gonna... Fuck. Okay. Well, get me. Go away. Let's try a singular thing of Wheel of Fortune. Let's try 5 of that. 5 of that. Actually. Oh, yes. Because they're like the larger ones, so it's more likely that we're gonna land on them. Nice. Or probably not. Just kidding. Yeah. We gotta go. Oh, shit. It's a good thing we had at least enough money for a bribe. Nora Everly has no criminal record, is mentally unwell, and has national status. Charged with insult, beating, and home evasion. The incident occurred in the evening at the Harbor Line Bento House restaurant located on Eastport Lane. While the restaurant was preparing for a busy evening shift, the door suddenly opened forcefully. This is a restaurant, not a home invasion. The fuck? A restaurant is a public place. And they were open. That's not home invasion. Anyway. A woman entered yelling and headed straight towards the owner of the establishment, Patrick Vasquez, behind the counter. As the woman continued her attack without heeding any warnings, customers in the restaurant were forced to intervene, after which police units were called. The identity of the detained person was identified as Nora Everly. This is Mr. Vasquez's statement. I had never seen this woman before. We were busy with evening preparations when the door suddenly slammed open and she entered shouting. For a second or two, I couldn't understand what was happening. I told her to calm down, but she got even angrier and started throwing punches at me. She backed off when customers intervened. I was very scared because there was no reason for it. As soon as the attack stopped, we called the police. This is Miss Everly's statement. I was already on edge that day. There was a woman I was supposed to meet the next day, someone I really liked. The restaurant we ordered from the previous evening had delayed the order so much and our meeting got cancelled. I thought it was entirely the restaurant's fault. The girl didn't message me, didn't explain anything. In my mind, the only logic was that the delay ruined everything. Then, in my anger, I thought I'll go to the restaurant and ask them about it. I had misremembered the address. When I went in, I attacked the first employee I saw. I didn't know who they were. I didn't even know what I was doing. Anger and panic combined to make me do something crazy like that. How the heck do you invade an open restaurant exactly? She's definitely like in trouble for like for beating. Don't know where the insult came from. But we'll see. This is Mr. Farron's statement, who is an eyewitness. I was sitting at the bar counter waiting for my order. The door opened forcefully, and the woman started shouting loudly as soon as she entered. I mean, shouting loudly doesn't constitute, like, just being loud doesn't mean that you're insulting someone. It just means you're talking very loudly, shouting, you know? She wasn't saying Patrick's name, she was yelling randomly. Then she ran toward Patrick and threw a punch. Everyone was shocked. 2 people from the next table and I stepped in to stop the attack. The woman seemed to come to her senses for a few seconds and then started shouting again and tried to leave. We called the police. There's digital evidence. Because I need context. I thought it would be like a recording. Man. I need to know what she said. Did you know the restaurant owner beforehand? No, I saw his face there for the first time, and I don't even remember insulting him. I just have some anger issues. Yeah, cause like where is the insult? She just beat him. Which I'm still gonna like put her in the assailant in the asylum for, but like but she didn't home invade and she didn't insult anyone. From everything that the evidence is telling me, all I'm getting is that she beats someone. Which she's still gonna like go for, but like if there was a way that I could like remove the other two, because like the evidence is like very clear, like I can't even twist it. This is just straightforward. We're gonna go ahead and end the day. Let's see. Defendant is a Mr. Noah Baker, and the plaintiff is a Miss Riley West. The compensation lawsuit filed by Riley West against Noah Baker. Riley West stated that after an approximately 1-year relationship, she wanted to break up with her partner, Noah Baker. However, after the breakup, sexually explicit images found on Noah's phone belonging to Riley West were shared on the internet. Ooh. In response to the situation, Riley West filed a compensation lawsuit against Noah Baker. This is Miss West's statement. In the first few months, we were quite compatible. As we got to know each other, I thought I had found the right person. A few months later, we decided to live together. When we started living together, I saw Noah's true character. He could lie in bed for days without getting up, and even if the house turned into a dump, he wouldn't lift a finger. All the burden was on me. When I tried to talk about this, he immediately started an argument. Noah started saying that he no longer enjoyed being together and wanted to try more wild things. I told him I didn't want to be forced into the relationship, but he accused me of not loving him. He began acting controlling and manipulative. After a while, he messaged me and said he had sent my pictures to his friends. Ugh. This is Mr. Baker's statement. First of all, I did not post the explicit images on Riley online. These images were on my phone because she asked me to take them. It was something she liked. After the breakup, my phone was hacked due to some malicious software on it, and all my files were leaked. The people who did this likely leaked them online. The videos gained a high number of clicks, and the people who uploaded them made good money. Riley thought I was making money off her and filed a lawsuit for compensation. Why is there a claim that, like, you messaged her saying that you sent the pictures to your friends, bucko? Sexually explicit videos and photos of Riley West found on Noah Baker's phone. Conversation dialogue found on Noah Baker's phone between Noah Baker and Riley West. Hey baby, what's up? How many times have I told you, don't text me? Okay, calm down, I was just going to ask something. What do you want again? A friend of mine was very curious about you. I sent him the best of the images. Whatever you're doing, stay away from me, you filthy pervert. So what she's saying is correct. You're just scummy. Why did you keep images belonging to your ex-girlfriend after the breakup? These photos had sentimental value to me. I couldn't erase all those memories we shared at once. Despite breaking up with your girlfriend, did you share her private images with your friends? I admit that this was wrong. I thought my friend was untrustworthy. I was only curious about their comments regarding Riley. I now understand that it was inappropriate behavior. So you lied to me. You lied in your statement. Because you tried to claim that, like, someone hacked your phone, bitch. And now you're saying, like, oh, maybe I did send it to my friend so that I can get an opinion of my ex-girlfriend. Like, go fuck yourself. It was decided that Noah Baker must pay $50,000 in compensation to Riley West, or it was decided that Noah Baker does not have to pay compensation to Riley West. Well, he fucking lied. He lied openly. Like, that genuinely cannot be ignored. That can't be twisted into anything. If it was, like, subjective and, like, we didn't have text to, like, prove it or anything, like, if there was, like, a lack of evidence, maybe it could be twisted into something, but, like, there's too much evidence on you, buddy. Go fuck yourself. It's very hard to be corrupt in this game. Like, I am genuinely trying hard to, like, commit to the bit, but it's hard. No criminal record. Positive in the mental health. Has national status. Mr. Jim Kellen. Charged with high treason. During a night patrol, the security team inspecting the protected area where Prime Minister Stephen Locke resides noticed a silhouette in the shrubbery on the northern side of the property. The person caught in the rapid intervention was police officer Jim Kellen. It was found that he was carrying a gun with the safety off while in his official uniform. Security personnel who searched the individual found one red rose and a steel wire on him. He's the assassin! Okay. We got, like, imagine we just let him go. Because the defendant's statement did not match the central records, the police officer was taken into custody on charges of treason on suspicion of attempting on an assassination against Prime Minister Stephen Locke. Okay, so there was like 2 or 3 other cases before this one, if I remember right. So it would, let's say 3 assassinations, 1 attempted assassination, and then 1 count of high treason. That's what we're giving them. Assuming this is all correct. This is a Mr. Locke statement. Even with the highest level of security protocols in place, such a bold attempt was unimaginable. Not only was the Prime Minister as the Prime Minister of the country, but even as a citizen, it is unacceptable that my right to live can be targeted so easily. I demand that the necessary actions be taken. This is Mr. Kellen's statement. The reason I'm here is entirely a misunderstanding. I was informed in the afternoon that I was assigned an urgent extra protection duty. I put on my uniform and immediately headed out. Before I understood what was happening, the guards grabbed me and took me into custody. Let's see. Crisscross at the top. This goes up here. This goes down here. This goes straight across, and this goes down here. The wire garrote and the rose. Licensed semi-automatic pistol found on the person. The red rose on you is the same type of those left on the bodies of previous assassinations. How do you explain this, Mr. Kellen? Your Honor, the red rose has nothing to do with the crime. I was taking it to give to my girlfriend. I picked it from a house garden. How could I know the type of rose used in the murders? It's nothing but bad luck. What is the steel wire found on you for? I carry the steel wire doing duty in intentional barrier breaking situations. It has no other purpose. It has been useful to me several times in past smuggling operations. But you have a gun! Why do you need the steel wire if you have a gun? Can you show us the emergency extra protection duty from the center that you mentioned in your statement? I was called on the phone and given orders. I thought I recognized the caller's voice. Maybe the phone line was manipulated, or maybe I misunderstood. I don't really know. That's a bunch of bullshit. High treason should be executed. Yeah, I can get down with executing this fucker. Makes my job easier. Death. Just as you were making a judgment, a man's strange movements caught your eye. Oh! Should I have let him go? I am curious what would happen if I had just let him go, because I remembered, like... Oops. Hold on. Because I remembered, like, all the other times I had played this game, like, in my free time or whatever, like, I would always, like, like, I would have him, like, punished, because it's, like, obvious. But I do wonder, like, what it would be like if, like, if you did make him, declared innocent, or, like, let go, or whatever. Like, would he still be killed? Would the choice matter? The police officer was shot and died during the trial in which he was tried as a defendant. The assassin was called. But he wasn't a police officer, he was an assassin. He was an assassin that was pretending to be a police officer. Your Honor, after the recent events, we have decided to promote you to a more secure palace of justice. You will never be subjected to such an act again. We convey our wishes to get well soon. Ministry of Justice. Sean Parker has a criminal record, mentally sound, has national status, assassination charge. Jim Kellen was brought into the courtroom last week to stand trial on charges of treason. While the hearing was ongoing, Sean Parker, seated in the spectator section, pulled out a small caliber handgun believed to have been brought into the courthouse by an unidentified individual and fired 4 shots at Jim Kellen. Immediately after the attack, the defendant attempted to flee the room, but as he headed for the door, he was shot in the leg by security forces and neutralized. Sean Parker was taken into custody, received initial medical treatment, and was then taken to the police station for questioning, but refused to speak throughout the entire process. I mean, do we even need to? 2121-361. 2121-361. I mean, it's undoubtedly his. And that was definitely him. How did you bring the gun to the courtroom? I am an anarchist. I have nothing to say. So he is tried with assassination. $62 years. I mean, I even witnessed it myself. There was no if, and, or but about it. Let's go to the next day. We would prefer not to have to warn you, but you must release Daniel Morgan. Otherwise, your wife and children will pay the price. If Daniel Morgan is sentenced, be prepared to watch the destruction of your family, Judge. Well, damn, okay. This man's innocent. I don't know what he did, but he's innocent. I looked at a paper and I'm like, you know what? I like the cut of this guy's jib, you know? No one's bribing me. So, Tobias Hargreaves. No criminal record, not mentally sound, has national status, charged with kidnapping. A few months ago, Evan Marlowe left his house to go to the market but never returned. Evan's wife, Celine Marlowe, reported the situation to the police. Investigations revealed that Evan was forcibly placed into a white caravan when he left the house. As a result of the follow-up, it was determined that the caravan belonged to a person named Tobias Hargreaves, and he was taken into custody. During the search of Tobias's caravan, several people were found with their hands and feet bound and unconscious, similar to Evan. This is Mr. Hargreaves' statement. Do you understand this is an opportunity? An opportunity. I am giving them a second chance. A chance to return to life, to their loved one. hands into what is beautiful, being tested, struggling as a result, suffering, the struggle to maybe return, to bring out the most basic instincts. Some things will get ugly, but then everything will become beautiful again. Colors and flavors will return. You're fucking whack. This one. 2, 2, 3. Hello? 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Document confirming Tobias Hargreaves' escape from the mental health facility. He is a fugitive. He's escaped from the hospital. If you see him, notify the authorities. Diagnosis: multiple personality disorder. Sure. In your statement, you mentioned an opportunity. What is this opportunity? I'm putting people to the test, a difficult test. It requires survival and the ability to fight. If they succeed in this, they become happier people who appreciate everything in their lives. What is your purpose in doing this? I want people to be happy again. Moreover, I don't make any money from them while doing this. Did people ask you to do this? They are very unhappy. I want them to smile when they look at me now. I understand. I don't think so. You're going here. Withdraw the money. Yeah, $4,000. Let's go get a drink. And then end the day. And then the compensation lawsuit filed by Anna Marrow against Ravenstone Construction and Building Company. About 10 days ago, Jeremy Marrow, who was working at a construction site belonging to the Ravenstone Company, fell from the 13th floor to the ground while walking on the outer part of the scaffold and lost his life. Yeah, I would imagine that someone would lose their life if they fell 15 floors. Merlot's daughter, Anna Marrow, claims that the accident was a preventable death and that the company neglected basic safety standards, that demanding $140,000 in compensation. I would demand more if that was the case. I would demand so much more if my dad died from something like that. Like 13 million, like 1 million per floor he fell. The technical inspection report prepared after the incident was submitted to the court. Statements were taken from the workers on site, and safety protocols were reviewed. The defense attorney, Ronald Bexley, is attending the hearing on behalf of the company. This is Miss Marrow's statement. On the morning of the accident, I thought my father had gone to work as usual. Around noon, a number from the company called and said, "There has been a critical accident. Come immediately." When I arrived at the hospital, they told me that we had already lost him. The scene I saw when I entered the morgue the next day still haunts me. My father was an experienced worker who had been in this industry for years. Someone like him would not fall like that at a construction site where proper safety measures were taken. His coworkers said that the safety harnesses were not attached that day. The company postponed purchasing new safety equipment to cut costs. Doing something like this for money is unacceptable. I want those responsible to be held accountable. This is Mr. Bexley, the lawyer. The deceased employee, Jeremy Marrow, was certainly a valuable staff member, but the accident occurred entirely due to individual negligence. He was in an area he was not assigned to that day, and because he climbed the scaffold without wearing safety equipment, the unfortunate event occurred. The company provides regular training to all employees. The safety officer had warned the workers that day, and it was found that Marrow had violated the rules on his own initiative. Ooh. Around the construction site, there were only standard iron barriers. Most of the warning signs are damaged or knocked over. Although safety equipment, helmet, rope, carabiner, etc. was available, it was observed that the employees' inventory records were irregular. At the time of the incident, it was observed that most of the safety ropes of the personnel working on the upper levels of the scaffold were not properly connected. It was determined that some of the scaffold railings in the section where the deceased fell were loose and below standard. Even in the internal audit report conducted just one day before the incident, it was noted that high-altitude work equipment must be renewed. I can't talk to them. It was decided that the company violated its safety obligations and must pay the $140,000 in compensation to Ms. Marrow while allowing the company's operations to continue. Due to the company being found highly at fault, it is decided that it must pay $140,000. The dollar sign is after it for some reason. In compensation, and the construction activities be halted. It was concluded that the accident was entirely caused by the workers' personnel negligence, and it was decided that the company has no compensation liability and may continue its operations. Now, I know what I would choose. That'd be number 2, because, if the operations continued, more people could die, because they're not gonna replace the equipment because the money, you know. But we're being corrupt, and the corrupt option would be this answer. We're gonna end the day. Let's see. Mr. Marcel Duvant has a criminal record, positive mental health test, national status, yes. Charged with beating. Last week, Leonie Duvant went to the police station and reported that she had been repeatedly subjected to physical violence by her husband, Marcel Duvant. Cops went to the couple's house on the same day, warned the suspect, and the situation was documented. The next morning, Leonie... Yes, that is how it is. Leonie called the police again and stated that her husband had become even more aggressive and attacked her. The teams that arrived at the scene detained Marcel Duvant, and the victim filed a complaint. This is Leonie's statement. In the early years of our marriage, everything was very peaceful. However, for the past 2 years, my husband's anger has become uncontrollable. First raised voices, then pushing, and in recent months it turned into direct hitting. After what happened last week, I had no patience left. From the outside, it may look like minor arguments, but no one knows what happens at home. He even humiliated me in front of his family. In the most recent incident yesterday, the controller he threw at my face broke my nose. I know this was not an accident. I forgave him many times, but I no longer feel safe. I am filing a complaint. This is Marcel's statement. I have never wanted to hurt my wife. Yes, we had arguments, but it really upset me when she said I hit her intentionally. Sometimes my wife exaggerates the situations. I love her. I don't want to hurt her. Then explain why she's all banged up, bucko. What do you mean exaggerate? Swelling and bruising around her right eye due to impact. Broken nasal bone. Her right eye. Yeah, that would be her right eye. Your spouse says the incident was entirely an accident. What do you think about this? My husband is lying. This wasn't an accident. Could you tell us a bit more about the incident in which your nose was broken? My husband was playing games on a console connected to the television. At the time, I had prepared the meal. I told him the food was ready, but he didn't hear me because he was wearing headphones. So I stepped in front of him and gestured for him to remove the headphones. He got angry and threw the controller at my face. What is your defense regarding this matter, Marcel? Your Honor, I would never do such a thing to my wife. I get really absorbed when I play games. At that moment, I got very angry when I died in the game, and I wanted to throw the first thing I grabbed, the controller. At the time, my wife stepped in front of me, and I didn't notice her. I'm very sorry. So you were planning to still throw it at the TV? Or something. And also, like, I get really passionate with games, but like, you're weird. Physical assault crimes, beating. Did he have a criminal record? I think he did. Yes, he did. 4 years. Now the question is, what would a corrupt judge do in this? Because like she is like showing like very like clear signs of like being beaten. Would it be a thing where like we give him a pass because like, oh, like it was an accident? I think the corrupt thing is to say he's not guilty. That made me sick. Hello, my dear. Schmoogle.
Schmoogle. I'm getting out of his clothes. Well, I can feel my socks getting to my shoes.
Yeah.
And what? Damn. Those socks.
Penalty reduction has been arrived for criminals over 50 years of age. That doesn't seem right. And not applicable to this case anyway.
Imagine being NA. Imagine being non-applicable. I don't think I've ever heard anyone, I don't know, like use non-applicable in a sentence without the actually saying non-applicable. Like it actually says NA. I think the only time I've ever heard anyone actually use the sentence use that word.
I always say it though.
Well, it makes sense. I'm not judging you for it, but I'm like, nobody says it, surprisingly.
Because they're weird.
Despite the fact that you see it everywhere. No wonder that's
I was gonna say, you see it everywhere. Why wouldn't people say not applicable?
It's very, big nerdy corporate word, I guess.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, a little bit, technically, a little bit, but yeah. It's probably, I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, that's Nick. He's a psychologist now. Man, he got his degree.
Damn.
No, it's not even a joke. He's not like a licensed psychologist now. He can go work in a clinic if he wants.
So there's Liz Rowe and Ethan Rowe.
Well, you know who's going to jail. The one that deserves it.
Hey.
Anybody with the name Ethan just immediately needs to go to jail.
You're only saying that because your name's Ethan.
I mean, a little bit. I haven't known any other good Ethans.
Hey.
What? It's not a joke. At best, the other Ethans that I have known are like...
You can't judge people by their name.
I'm going to, especially if they have the name... you.
I love that you paused because you remembered I was streaming.
Yeah. I don't care about my name. So. There's one name that I'll immediately don't like you if you haven't, though. You already know what that is.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, thought I saw my ex at work today.
Wait, did you actually?
No, I thought I did.
Oh.
The problem is, she looks like a lot of people.
Oh.
It's the first one.
Anyway, crimes. Cybercrime.
My favorite kind of crime. Right behind arson. Right next to arson.
It's Jesus.
What? What your one talk? I love doctors.
With silence.
Love you.
I love you too. In Banana Bank's daily automated transfer reports, abnormal incoming payments were detected to a specific account repeated 10 times, with the amount increasing by the same rate each time. This activity was noticed by experienced systems analysts who have worked at the bank for years, and during a routine check, it was observed that the transfers were regularly being routed to a single account. The account owner is listed as Ethan Rowe in the records. Due to the suspicious situation, the bank detained Ethan Rowe at his home, and after his statement, his sister Liz Rowe was also detained for questioning as another person who may have been involved in the transfer. This is Ethan Rowe's statement. This account is mine, but I wasn't actively using it. About 2 years ago, my sister Liz asked me to transfer an unused account to her because she couldn't open a new account in her name. Why couldn't she open an account in her name?
I have lots of ranting to just...
I gave her my account. I had no knowledge of these money transfers. I don't know where the money came from or why my account was used. The last time I spoke to my sister was last year.
Mental health tests, negative or positive. Of course. Your mental health is either yes or no. What does it even mean? Mental health test. Mental health test. Yes.
Positive, it means that they're good and that they can't be sent to asylum if they are guilty. But if they're negative, then they have to be sent to an asylum.
Mental health could be literally anything. Oh, you've got depression? Asylum.
Well, the depression has led you to crimes.
No.
Even then, no.
I don't think having depression lessens a sentence. Because realistically, the depression can make you do stuff, but it's not like a... I don't know how to explain it. I mean...
I know, and it's still weird, but I gotta go with it because it's the rules.
Mental health test. No. That's what they do for the test. You sit in like an empty room, like an interrogation room, like in the with like a police station. You sit in front of a guy in a lab coat. He looks at his notes, looks at you. No, and then that's it. That's done.
I wish it was like that, honestly.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't need to go. You can do that yourself.
Damn.
No.
But I'm not a professional. I would still need a professional to
A
look at me.
professional will tell you yes or no.
It's like a gay radar, but it's with mental illness instead. It's like a mental illness radar. Don't look at me like you're disappointed in me.
That'd be like a mentor, gaydar, mendar. I don't know. Call it gaydar. People don't say gay radar, it's gaydar. So
Oh.
my gay radius is going off. It's like it's like spider sense.
It's like spider sense.
No, it's specifically the scene from No Way Home where he walks in with the Green Goblin taking over.
Anyway, I gotta read statements. I have been procrastinating. I only got the bank account for my brother to save money. A while ago, money came into the account, but honestly, I don't know who sent it. I saw the notification, but didn't check the details. The claim that I had access to the bank systems is not true. I just used the account and didn't do anything else. My brother is lying about me. This goes all the way down. This goes across. This goes up. This also goes up. This goes across, and this goes up. Bit number of the IP address that made a cyber attack on the bank. This. Correspondence of bit numbers to IP numbers. The IP to Ethan Rowe and the IP to Liz. So it starts with 172. The next number would be 14, so that's Liz. So Liz is doing it. Why didn't you notify the authorities after the abnormal inflow of money into the account, Liz? I noticed the notifications, but I didn't open the message or check the details. It wasn't money I sent, and I didn't just concern myself with who it came from. Did you see the amounts of money in the incoming notifications? Once I got curious and checked, but there were numbers I couldn't make sense of. I thought it was a mistake. Uh-huh. And that's why you cyber attacked the bank, Liz. Cyber. What's her thing? Has no criminal record. So she is gonna be sentenced to 4 years. Because there genuinely isn't anything that you can twist about that. Like that's like straight up numbers. She gets 4 years. And we got a raise. Let's see what the credit options are. Payment of this loan will take 4 weeks. Oh no, I don't want to do loans. No. Ew. Withdraw money. Give me that shit. Let's go get, actually, let's go get a drink. 3,000? No. 1,000 for a beer is still crazy, but I'll take it. Okay, my mental health is on the up and up. Are we getting bribed? Stefan Morrow and Tony Wynn. Don't forget these names. If these people are convicted of the crimes they're being tried for, you'll be walking through life looking at that damn ass for the rest of your life. Well, I know what to do. These guys look like innocent, casual men, if I've ever seen. I don't know, the wife's possessed. End the day. As a result of the depression caused by the economic crisis, people took to the streets. The government, on the other hand, targeted the mafia as responsible for these protests and said that it organized people. The matter of the late Aurelian von Kessler's inheritance being unable to be divided amongst his 3 daughters and being taken to court. Annika von Kessler, Bella von Kessler, and Elena von Kessler. The deceased's attorneys, Dr. Matteo Elrich. Wait, that's not right. Ehrlich. There we go. After his death, the late Aurelian von Kessler left a vast inheritance worth a total of $131,502,400 to his 3 daughters. Aurelian informed his lawyer during his lifetime that he would distribute his assets via a will. However, he passed away due to sudden heart attack while preparing the will, before the document could be completed. Due to this uncertainty, the late individual's lawyer, Dr. Matteo Ehrlich, has taken the matter to court. I leave all my assets to my most beautiful daughter. And there's a dot. So, like, there's no if, and, or but, like, if there's, like, a missing S. Because, like, who writes an S from bottom to top? Who writes an S from bottom to top? You're weird. There's no digital evidence. Who do you think your father was referring to, Anika? My father was always praising me as the grace of the family. For him, beauty was synonymous with grace. I think he's clearly referring to me. Who do you think your father was referring to, Bella? I'm the only person in the family who has participated in a beauty pageant. I think we're arguing for nothing. And who do you think your father was referring to, Elena? The meaning of my name already means the beautiful one. My father did not give me this name for nothing. Does it actually mean that? I'm gonna look that up. Elena. Name meaning. Bright, shining light, or torch. So it does not mean the beautiful one. So you're a big fat liar. So I would honestly say, hold on, let's look at the options. The inheritance will be left to Elena, will be left to Anika, will be left to Bella, or divided equally among the 3 sisters. I would say the last decision, even though I have chosen that on my normal run. I do want to actually make like a choice for this, because she's a big fat liar. Anika, even though she says grace is synonymous with beauty according to their dad, like there's nothing to prove that, but she's actually won beauty pageants. So I'm thinking that would honestly be Bella. if we want to give a more corrupt, very biased, thing. So, it goes to Bella. Oh, my wife is still possessed. Okay. If you do not find the individual named Carl Sigmund guilty of the charges he is facing, his acquittal will be the end of you. Understand this clearly and make your decision carefully. So this is specifically charges that he is facing. So I'm just gonna look at that. Inciting hatred and hostility among the public. What is that? Against the state? No. I guess public. Okay. Definitely agree on the sisters, because I would choose split, but corrupt judge would definitely pick whoever they find prettiest. Exactly. How old are you? You're over 50, so it'd be cut in half. But given the threat, I might actually give him the full sentence. He does not have a criminal record. Inciting hatred and hostility against the public. So that would be 14 years. Why was I given a raise for that? That was clearly like the worst thing. I went against all the rules. I didn't even have that for him because he was senile. Well, I guess I'm getting my money. Get that bag, I guess. Your family says they don't get along with the neighbors and want to move to a new house. If you move to a new home, weekly household expenses will be $2,000. Yeah, I can afford that. I can do that. Offer a bribe. Kai Hendricks. No criminal record. Negative on the mental health test. Has national status. Charged with beating and extortion. Yesterday around noon, Laura Wine, who was walking her dog on 213 Faith Street, was stopped by an individual while heading home, physically assaulted shortly after, and had money stolen from the bag she was carrying. Following a report from the scene, police units were dispatched shortly afterward, and based on nearby security camera footage and witness statements, the suspect, Kai Hendricks, was identified and taken into custody. This is Miss Wynn's statement. It was around noon. I was walking my dog on my way home, and the street was quite calm. Just as I turned the corner, someone jumped in front of me. Before I could understand what was happening, something hard hit my head and shoulder one after the other. I didn't know what to do to the shock. I just felt someone grabbing my bag. I tried to resist, but I fell to the ground from the impact. I don't remember the rest. I passed out. When I woke up, I was in the ambulance and someone had called the police. This is Mr. Hendricks' statement. I have been hungry for hours and hadn't eaten anything properly. How would you know what hunger means? When you don't eat for a long time, you feel your palate aching and your throat burning. With that feeling, I simply asked if she could give me something to eat. She kept walking without even looking at me. I felt invisible. I thought if I'm invisible, I can do whatever I want. I already had a small piece of wood I found on the road. I hid her and reached for her bag. I took the money inside to buy food. Should I have died? Normally, I would say no, but you're gonna go to the asylum. However, we are corrupt. We do not like poor people. You know? Corrupt judges do not like poor people. So we're gonna gather the evidence. Just to be sure. Because we're not being bribed. There we go. Bruises and rashes due to impact in various parts of the body, cleft in the forehead area. So he's being charged with beating and extortion. So physical assault, so 2 years. And extortion. 2 years. So he's getting 4 years in jail. Because, again, as a corrupt judges don't like poor people. Oh dear, the wife's possessed. Okay. What is this? Ted Bunny. Jesus. No criminal record. Positive on the mental health test and has national status. Multiple planned murder. Over the past 9 months, there has been an increase in reports of missing women and children in the Eastmere area. During the same period, it was determined that a number of women and children were found dead and their heads severed. It has been determined that all the victims stayed at the hotel named Hillside. In this regard, the police placed a female officer who matched the victim profile in the restaurant of the Hillside Hotel. The person who made contact with the undercover officer was Ted Bunny. Ted Bunny invited the police officer to his hotel room. When they went to the room, he displayed an aggressive attitude toward the officer and attempted to tie her to the chair, but he was neutralized when the police raided the room. Mr. Bunny. This is his statement. I don't know what to say in response to this accusation. My intention was never to harm anyone. Everything was supposed to happen with mutual consent. I just wanted to live out a personal fantasy. I may be perverted, but a killer? Never. I heard about the murders in Eastmere, but I have no connection to those events. So here, there. Gotta move eyes up like so. Just gonna adjust these over here. There we go. We may have to adjust these a bit. Yeah, we'd have to. Move the eyeball there, move these there, move this down here, move this down there, move this up here, move the eyeballs down, like so, move this over, move these down. A large number of cutting and piercing tools found in the hotel room where the suspect was staying. In the garden of the detached house known to belong to Ted Bunny, a number of skulls were found buried, and the DNA test results of the skulls matched the DNA of previous victims. Sequence T to A, sequence G to C. Da, da, da. There, 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 there. Right? I still don't know what this means. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm gonna talk to him. Why did you tie your victim to a chair? What were you planning? Your Honor, the term victim is not appropriate. They are my partners, and my personal life is my own business. Why do you always choose your partners from Hillside Hotel? Your Honor, the food at the hotel restaurant is truly exquisite. I believe I share common tastes with those who enjoy such flavors. Because on one hand, the evidence is obvious and crystal clear, bright as day. However, we are a corrupt judge, and the victims are women and children, and corrupt judges don't like women and children. Huh? Eh. Multiple planned murder. He would get 30 years if we sentence this guy. What would a corrupt judge do in this scenario? Is it digital evidence? Because, like, I still don't entirely understand this. This is not explained well. Because, like, from this, it looks like yellow goes towards green and blue goes towards red. But then yellow over here is on the opposite end with these two. And blue's on the opposite end for that. Because I thought that, like, maybe, like, with the red and the blue, it, like, determines, like, what direction that they're supposed to go. Because, like, if, like, red is, like, the one going forward like that, that makes sense. But then it doesn't make sense over here. But then if it was blue going forward, then that doesn't make sense with what's going on here. Or is this simply just supposed to state that, like, it's green and yellow that go together and blue and red that go together? In case there's, like, a thing where it's, like, 2 yellows here or, like, 2 blues here. And it doesn't really matter, like, about this. It's just to help differentiate the two. Because I don't get it. I genuinely don't. Because he hasn't explained, like, why the teeth are, like, buried, like, the skulls and teeth are, like, buried outside outside his house in the garden. However, we didn't ask. We didn't ask, and the microphone's grayed out, so we can't ask him that. So we don't know like what he would say in a defense for that. Would a corrupt judge just give him the 30 years? What do you think, chap? Actually, my love,
Yeah.
come over here. I need help making the decision as a corrupt judge.
Okay.
So this is basically Ted Bundy.
Really?
Yes.
Did the name give it away or something?
And they basically sent an undercover officer. He had tied her up, police neutralized him, etc., etc. He's claiming that he was like basically just trying to like woo her and like trying to get a little freaky. And then the evidence shows a saw and an axe, because he's usually like known to like behead his victims and whatnot, which were women and children. And the guarding of the detached house known to belong to Ted Bundy, a number of skulls were found buried. In the DNA test results, all the skulls matched the DNA of previous victims. And then there's this, which I genuinely don't understand, because it's not specific enough for me to like clearly understand, because I don't know if it's just simply stating that it's yellow and green connect together and blue and red connect together, or if it's specifically stating that yellow goes to green and blue goes to red, because that's where like the curves and like the points are like going. But then like there's no indication of like which side like pushes forward like that.
They all match. So does it really matter?
They match?
I mean, hold on. Unless it's all supposed to be green on this side, but like, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I genuinely don't understand it.
Hold on.
I think I'm thinking about it too hard.
Can you press it or something?
No, it's evidence. Because I think it's just yellow and green connect and blue and red connect, and like it's just a difference
I
in the
don't
visuals.
get what this is. Yeah, I think they match, but they're just because it's a spiral, so they're on opposite sides.
Yeah,
It's like it's confusing.
they do match. Okay, so it is just yellow and green connecting like that.
Literally
and
the
blue
worst
and red.
way to show this.
I know,
Especially
right?
because
It's so
What
bad.
does his DNA test prove?
That the teeth found in Ted Bundy's garden matched the DNA of past victims.
Okay.
So it shows that the teeth are the past victims.
Makes no sense. But what am I supposed to be doing?
I'm trying to figure out if I'm supposed to sentence him to 30 years because he's being charged with multiple planned murder, and he does not have a criminal record, so it's not an aggravated sentence. So I'm trying to figure out, do I sentence him for 30 years of jail because the evidence is obvious, or do I do something else because I'm trying to be a corrupt judge?
I see nothing wrong with just a man just trying to enjoy his evening.
Okay, so that would be the corrupt judge answer. Got it. Thank you, my dear.
Also known as the normal judge answer.
Jesus.
You can deport him.
Yeah, if he has no national status, if he's not a citizen, then you can deport people.
Well, like I said, that doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter anymore, so...
Yeah. Do you want to deport him just for fun?
I thought you were gonna
Make
go
him
with-
someone else's problem?
No.
Okay. I'll just say not guilty then.
Does anything even happen?
sometimes I think, like, I intentionally get it wrong because I'm trying to, like, be a corrupt judge and all that, but then, like, I get a raise in my salary. It rewards me for it.
For messing up.
But then sometimes, like, when I do stuff, it doesn't reward me at all. So it's really confusing.
I don't know. I don't play this game like this.
And the wife is possessed again, so I'm gonna end the day.
What is the judge here?
Yeah. In the dark in the dark of night, your sleep is interrupted by the sound of knocking on the door. Look through the hole. I want to open it because I'm curious. Oh! A note was left in an envelope containing $500. Thank you for everything, Judge. I owe you my life.
Well, that's an answer to my question. Yes, something does happen. He gave you money for letting him go. Or else someone did.
Oh. Mr. Darren Holt. He has a criminal record, positive on the mental health test, and has national status. Charges of child abuse and sexual harassment.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought that was an old woman.
9-year-old Lyra Vane lives with her mother, Mara Holt, and her stepfather, Darren Holt. Approximately 3 days ago, Lyra contacted the police and claimed that her stepfather had behaved inappropriately toward her. Following the report, the police detained Lyra's stepfather, Darren Holt. This is Mr. Holt's statement. I am truly shocked. I still don't understand why Lyra reported me. Please, you have to understand me. I love my Lyra so very much. She is like my own daughter to me. In fact, I see her as my real daughter, and I truly love her. I would never lay a hand on her under any circumstances. I am not that kind of person. I have a happy marriage. What has happened is very serious. This is Miss Holt's statement, Mara Holt. This is truly a terrifying situation. I don't know what to believe. Darren has worked very hard for our family. He has always treated my daughter very kindly and with understanding. I don't know what to say. Whatever the truth is, I hope it comes out. This is Lyra Vane's statement. I was sleeping at night. I woke up to the sound of my door opening. My stepfather came up to me. He tried to kiss me, but I didn't want to. When I pushed him away, he grabbed my arm very hard. I said it hurt and told him to let go, but he didn't. When I said I would scream if he didn't let go, he got scared and backed away. Let's see the evidence, just to be sure. No signs of any assault on the person. But she said that, like, he grabbed her arm and it hurt, so it would have left at least, like, some bruising, right? But there was no signs of, like, any assault anywhere, not even, like, any sign that, like, anyone grabbed her arm. Let me listen. This is to the child. What do you want Did what you told the police really happen? You sure you didn't dream it, right? Don't be afraid to tell us. Yeah, it happened, just like I said. He tried to kiss me by force and he hurt me. You do know that this is a very serious crime, right? Your stepfather could receive a very heavy punishment. Punishment? What kind of punishment? If it happens the way you said it, he could remain in prison for many years. What? I actually lied to you. My stepfather didn't do anything like that to me. Please don't punish him. Why did you lie? I thought maybe they would separate and my real father would come back. I'm sorry. Damn.
Well, going to jail.
Imagine. Imagine if I just sent him to jail anyway. Let's see. Charges are child abuse and sexual harassment. So he could be executed because he has a criminal sentence. He has a criminal record. I could have this bitch executed.
Well, I guess we know what we're doing.
Kill him! Kill him!
Kill
This is what you get for wasting my
him
time.
and
Shot.
deport him and make him everything.
I'll put in like a money thing. Hold on. Oh no, I can't.
Just kill him.
Okay.
I don't think you can do the money thing and kill him.
Well, no, because like the money thing would like go. Oh wait, no, I can't. Okay. This'll teach a child to waste my time.
Well, I told you there'd be consequences.
Why am I given a raise? Why was I given a raise?
I think it's because you're still technically solving the case.
I guess.
So as far as they're concerned, you didn't fail it or do it wrong. You did the appropriate sentence still for both of them and just releasing or executing them.
So I'm just left unsupervised, essentially. I have $6,000. Oh.
What kind of judge is this?
I don't trust the courts. Nothing left to say. Condemn this decision. Judge resign. Oh god. Now, the unfortunate thing is that, like, half of this will probably be like this, but then, like, there would be, like, a portion of it that would be like, oh yeah, that's a good judge right there. You know what I mean? Your wife says her mother was hospitalized and $4,500 is needed for hospital bills. Do you accept? Your sanity will drop if you don't accept this.
I mean, you have the money.
I do have the money, but like, with the type of man that I am in this game, would I actually do it?
Corrupt judge doesn't mean, you know.
Yeah, but like, corrupt judges tend to have like a certain type of mindset. You know what I mean? In order for them to be swayed into being a corrupt judge, they would have to have a certain mindset.
Oh, your mom was hospitalized? Eh. Shrug.
Shrug. She should just walk it off.
Meh. My job is a dub, isn't it?
She should just walk it off.
I want to get rid of that. Finally.
Yeah, I said no.
I don't know you're saying. What is mental health?
What is mental health?
I know what it is.
The bar. It is claimed that the secret leader of the mafia escaped abroad. Edgar William. No criminal record, positive mental health test, has national status, being charged with aiding and abetting an offender. In the early hours of last week, a person who was alleged to be at the top level of the mafia organization and whose identity had been unknown for years, was smuggled out of the country at dawn. Reports flagged by border units revealed that the vehicle used in the escape was controlled by Edgar William, an agent serving in the National Intelligence Directorate. Law enforcement raided Edgar Williams' house, and the agent surrendered without offering any resistance. This is Mr. Williams' statement. I am an intelligence officer who has served my state for 14 years. I am not obligated to question every order. On the contrary, I am obligated to comply with classified orders. That day, an envelope reached me bearing the seal of the Ministry of Interior. Inside the envelope were a set of coordinates, a vehicle license plate, and information about a person I was supposed to transport. It contained only the phrase critical operation, security level 5, and an encrypted signature. I went to the specified location. The vehicle was already parked. There was someone inside whose face I couldn't see. He didn't say a single word. My task was only to deliver the vehicle to the next meeting point. At the second location, 2 people waiting there took the vehicle and told me that my task had been successfully completed. The envelope found in Agent William Burke. William Burke? This is Edgar William. God, I'm going nuts. Stating what his mission was. Mr. William, you've been assigned a top secret mission. You are strongly requested to go to the address below at dawn tomorrow. Do not inform anyone during this period. Let's talk to him. Did you see the person you were carrying? Did you know who they were? I did not see his face in any way. We didn't even speak. That would have been against protocol. Why didn't you inform the intelligence center of the situation while carrying out this order? Your Honor, the order that came directly from the Ministry of Interior explicitly warned the mission was classified and that I was not to inform anyone. Questioning the content of this mission could have constituted disobedience to the order given to me. I mean... he didn't know what he was doing, necessarily. And he helped, a top-level member of Mafia, so, like, we're gonna, like, to get him to be innocent anyway, because I'm not tracking that trouble on my door. What you talking about? End the day. We're probably gonna do this one last case, and then I wanna go eat. A lawsuit filed claiming that the new logo of the clothing brand Vantero is against public morals. The defendant is the Vantero Company. The plaintiff is the National Platform for the Protection of Family Values, or the UADKP. Those initials don't line up with that at all. The Vantero clothing brand renewed its corporate identity about 2 weeks ago and placed its new logo on outdoor advertising spaces in the centers of major cities. The UADKP representatives filed a lawsuit demanding the removal and alteration of the logo, claiming that it implicitly contains sexual connotations, and that displaying it in areas with many children damages societal values. In court, the Vantero Company is represented by attorney Jennifer Feimster, while the plaintiff associated is represented by spokesman Charles Bradley. Oh. Huh. Is there digital evidence? No. Let's talk to these people. Mr. Bradley, could you explain your discomfort with the logo? Your Honor, the shape of the logo clearly creates an inappropriate association at first glance. Displaying it along school routes used by children and at public transportation stops is unacceptable. As a society, certain boundaries must be protected. Ms. Feimster, what is your defense regarding this matter? Your Honor, the logo in question is a product of modern graphic art. Our design team created an abstract model representing the brand's dynamicism and creative spirit. If every abstract line is labeled as immoral, the fields of art and design would be paralyzed. Moreover, the logo has no obscene intent whatsoever. This claim is entirely the product of subjective perception. Well, we're a corrupt judge and we want to control what people think and say. So it'll be removed. I think I remember this case. So do I. End the day. Oh, fuck. That was supposed to be the last case. God damn it. Well, this one's a bribed one, so it'll be easy. Jabber Veros and Fallon Rook. If these names receive punishment, just like in the shopping mall, a bomb will explode under your house as well. Are you ready to sacrifice your wife's and children's lives? We don't give a damn about the other guy. If you don't want us to harm your family, put all the blame on him. Alright, bet. Terrorism and multiple planned murder. So... Jabber Veros and Fallon Rook. So, Muzo Chimeev. So, he has a criminal record, terrorism, and multiple planned murder. So, has a criminal record, so 60 years plus, terrorism. Oh, he gets executed. That makes my job easier. Fallon, Rook, and Jabber Veros are the ones that I gotta let go. So, not guilty. You are guilty, and you're gonna die. And I got a raise. So we end this on a happy note. Theoretically. We're gonna take that money. And then we're gonna actually call it. So thank you everyone who came to the stream. I really appreciate it. We went through like quite a few crimes and all of that. Like being a corrupted judge honestly makes at least like the majority of it a lot quicker. See you next time. I love being here. Aw, thank you, Sky. So Wednesday, I believe, is Freezeria, if I'm remembering correctly. Then Friday, I might go back to doing Mouse PI for hire. I'm not entirely sure. I would like to, so that way, like, I can see the end of that game. Hold on. Sorry. I had to adjust something. And then next week, we're gonna do some more corrupt judge stuff on Monday. Then it'll be Pizzeria next Wednesday. And I have no idea what's gonna happen next Friday. So with that, I will see you guys. Wait. Yeah, I will see you guys on